Starfield is finally here. I mean, if you want to pay $100 to play it this week. And a lot happens this week regarding this game. Leaks, a huge backlash, and then the early access goes live. But the thing that most caught my attention was not the poor optimization of the PC version. I mean, it's a Behtesda game, bro. Their games never were well optimized for the current PC hardware of a new game release. And it wasn't the overwhelming hype around the game, but the talk about open world games concepts of bigger, more expansive and richer worlds, in this case universe, to explore.
It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours.
The things that got me most worried about is the experience of the quote-unquote open world. Since to do anything in this game, you'll have to sit and wait a little for a loading screen. There is no true exploration of the world. You'll just load an area in a generated planet, explore it a little, and that's it. You're not allowed to go further.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
And honestly, this put me off a little. One of the biggest draws of Bethesda's games, like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, is the exploration, going to the world and just coming across places, side missions and stuff. And when this exploration is affected by millions loading screens, it feels like a downgrade. Not only that, but as Luke Stephen said in his review, a lot of places that got procedurally generated are identical, to a point that even enemy placements is the same.
Just 2 hours and 15 minutes in-game later, I encountered the exact same thing on a different planet as part of a main story mission. The exact same poison bog and the exact same building with precisely the same enemy placement.
And that gets us to the point of this video. Open world games became like a synonym for quality immersion. The bigger, the more expansive, the more places and or square miles of a map, the better. And I think Starfield was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. This trend has been leading the gaming industry to a megalomaniac pursuit of being the next biggest place for players to explore.
That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
But as they only focus on that, the same place becomes shallow, with no interesting places to explore, to fall in love with, to get lost into. And we end up frustrated, since we were promised a beautiful ocean, full of different kind of fishes, a plethora of islands with different cultures, and deep waters, with many things to find out, explore, and interact with. But in the end, time and time again, we get a shallow little lake with tiny little fishes of the same species and a foot deep of water.
Wow, that's it?
I think it's time for the AAA gaming industry to understand that being bigger at the cost of losing a good world design with good environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for nailing is not worth it. It would be much better for Starfield, instead of having a universe with 1,000 planets,
It's over 1,000 worlds.
it would be much better to have a solar system with 10 worlds, 20 moons, and other places to explore, but with tailor-made places, stories, mysteries, instead of pursuing the trend world's concept to be the biggest world possible. And that pursuit, that 9 out of 10 times, just becomes a huge world not really worth it to explore, since it's so plain and shallow. I'll play this game to death, and I'm sure a lot of things will be amazing and engaging, but I wanted to talk about this fetish modern gaming has with the scope of a game at the expense of a living, breathing, engaging world to be in. This is 2D. See you soon.